I'm sure, like most of you last night, I watched the Artemis II launch, and that was quite a spectacular sight, actually. Breathtaking to be sure, and I'm not saying this because any of it is scripted, because it's not. The truth is, I really enjoyed watching the shuttle launch because it meant that the space race, well, I think it is technically over. We actually were going to, well, basically try to beat China to the moon in the same way that we beat Russia to the moon in 1969. I mean, that's what they're talking about, really. They are talking about possibly maybe going back to the moon in a couple of years and walking on it once more. Supposedly. I mean, I hope that's what happens, but it's a little early to tell, but the space mission so far has been a total success. And of course, well, it was a pretty awe-inspiring sight. Let's take a look at that right now.
Tonight in the skies over us here in Florida and then Georgia and beyond, a reason to look up. For the first time in more than 50 years, man is headed to the moon, and America at the forefront of the new space race. Now, instead of the Soviets, the U.S. trying to get ahead of China, who is aiming to land on the moon by 2030. If Artemis II is successful, that could mean more missions, and maybe, just maybe, an American will walk on the moon once again in just 2 years. Some say that's too ambitious, an impossible timeline to hit. But we were reminded again today where man's ambition can take us. These 4 astronauts, 3 Americans and 1 Canadian, could head further into deep space than any
One Canadian? I probably wouldn't have allowed any Canadians if it were me.
Frontier to help humans reach Mars, to ultimately answer the question we've all been asking: are we alone? Mars could hold.
What a good idea. I mean, having made a mess of Earth, we'll probably move to outer space.
Journey to the unknown, and we will be with Artemis II every click on that space odometer's way. Godspeed to them, and we can't wait to see the moon through their eyes. That's Nightly News for this Wednesday.
Well, that was CBS News' coverage. Sorry, folks. That was the best that I could find, or at least the shortest. But in any case, it got right to the point, and I thought it was a very beautiful shuttle launch. It actually inspires me for the first time with hope that we might actually be able to walk on the moon again. Hell, we might even be able to explore Mars and find out whether or not there's life out there. I mean, I'm usually the cynical type who thinks there's nobody out there. But I guess if that's what these astronauts are determined to do, then hey, more power to them. Incidentally, one of my friends, who's a bit older than I am, her parents actually were engineers, I think, on the original launch of the Artemis I. I mean, so congrats to you, wherever you are out there. And of course, congratulations to our 4 astronauts who braved the trip into outer space. And again, awe-inspiring, not much else to say, but it was definitely a very spiritual moment. I mean, even if you're not really necessarily a big God fan, but hey, Good Friday's coming up, so's Easter Sunday. So God bless those astronauts. Good luck to them, and Godspeed. This has been the Robozoid.